Similarly, a company that they recently, or a few years ago, they acquired called Zappos. Zappos never advertised, and Zappos was into these lifestyle categories that is often, that we have talked about this morning. They never advertised till 2008, 2009, and even now, it's a very nominal level. Netflix, same example. In India also, there are some examples like Redbus, eschews that and prefers its service do the talking. Recharge It Now, I think in the mobile recharge business. ClearTrip also in the travel business, and so on. So that's one element that, or learning that I have, and I know in the midst of so much of advertising that's going on, one always wonders, do I need $20 million to start the business so that I can do $15 million of advertising? Because if you embark upon a campaign, the minimum it costs you $4 to $5 million. So you need three campaigns, that's $15 million. So the second point is that it is true that in India, half, and that's, research varies, so I don't know whether these numbers are sacrosanct for all times to come. But over half our commerce shoppers are tending to discover deals. Deep discounting is inducing, impulse purchases. eBay and traders, for example, and other companies are doing daily deals. But for some reason, it has sort of collapsed in the area of service. But perhaps it also underscores the fact that pricing is not what it's all about, or just what it's all about. It is an important point. But it may not be what everything is about. The second thing I found is, or another thing that I found is negative word of opinion spreads really quick. One would have expected that that is more the case, for example, in the US, but not necessarily here. But that's not true. I think Facebook and Quora and Twitter and other blogs, they have a tendency to really emphasize the negative words far more than what they emphasize the positive elements. So you have to be watchful of that. Then I would also say personalization is on the increase. I read somewhere that the personalization or the rendering of personalized search results by Google using Google Plus is on the increase. And I think they are accelerating. That accelerates the trend towards more and more personalization. And in those are the seeds of greater customer interaction, greater customer bonding, greater customer loyalty, taking us away from purely price-driven things. I'm not saying that the price is not an important characteristic, and as consumers, we need to definitely evaluate price. But I think there is increasing evidence that the user is beginning to do discovery of various sorts. One is the price discovery that we are talking about. Another is the product discovery. A third is service, product and service discovery, location discovery. So there are many types of discoveries that is going on, especially when we have had this fusion of various channels, mobile, internet, offline, etc. So the watchwords from there are that we actually need to promote engagement and discovery. Second is we need to look at interactions and transactions. That speaks to the point that people are spending 3 to 15 days doing research. Similar experiences we have had with the user also. The funnel is extremely large. In other words, everything is not attributable to the final click that happens on a Google keyword and leads to a purchase. There's a lot more that goes on before that. And I think our skill as a business is not just to make budgets based upon what's that last click, what's the keyword that worked, and so on, and try to, sort of build our business around that. But more importantly, what has happened in the funnel prior to that, and what is a way in which we can actually participate. Another point I'd like to make is we need to start finding evangelists in our business. typically any business, it is conducive to this kind of analysis. That is, there are about 10-15% of people who are our customers who are evangelists. In other words, they'll go to bat for us. There are probably 20-30% of customers who may not be that excited about our business and have had a poor experience of sorts. So they're sort of detractors. And then in the middle, there are these people who are silent people. They may be silent sufferers or silent enjoyers. But either way, they are not actually willing to take up active promotion on behalf of the company. So I think a special target that we pay attention to is this evangelist group, because that group actually results in great success for the company. Some of the big successes like Apple, etc., have a tremendous rate where 70% of their people or their customers are evangelists. That's an unheard of number. And that number has tended to increase over the last 5-6 years, especially after the introduction of the iPad and the iPhone. And therefore, their success is directly attributable to their monitoring and their ability to nurture their evangelists over time. Even in the past, they had evangelists, like in the Mac world and so on. But they were too small a number to matter. But now with these phones and iPads, etc., their evangelists have now taken serious numbers, and you can see it in the results. If the number of evangelists go down, then I think it will track a drop in market share or market price, market value of Apple, as you can also see that. So those are some random observations. The context that I bring here is that Sulekha is a platform. It's a digital, it's a internet and mobile platform. So we have a large number of users on the one side, and hundreds or thousands, or about 150,000 merchants as of date, who are active paying merchants who actually participate on our platform. And our job is to figure out user needs, whether they be in home needs, office needs, property, travel, and so on, and translate that into something that the businesses who are also on our platform can serve. So our biggest challenge is in understanding the user. Our biggest investment is actually in systems to understand the user. We need to figure out relentlessly every day what is it that might be the crumbs that the users are leaving, and how might we be able to act on it, whether it's an information context, whether it is building a community around them so that we help them answer the right question as to finding the right product, right service, right location, or is it simply trying to figure out that they are contributors to the community and therefore that's their role. So our efforts are relating to understanding the user. Our efforts are relating to how do we motivate the user across these actions that a user might participate in, not all of which may be transactions, and in order to do a proper match. So that's sort of the perspective that I bring.